Hey guys, I thought I'd give a little tutorial on 3D prepping for a 3D print. Anyways, we're going to start out in Rhino here, and then we're going to voxelize this animal, and then bring it back into Rhino and check it through a couple different programs and do some slicing too. So let's just get right to it. We're going to go ahead and export the deer as an OBJ to bring it inside of ZBrush. Alright, here we go. It's inside ZBrush now. You can simply go up here to the right corner, import the deer. When it comes in, hold down the center with the left click of the mouse, drag it to the middle. Now you're going to want to edit. Either click this button up here or hit T. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and to remesh this guy, and we're going to remesh it at 50 and down to 0 polish and remesh. Now we see we have a voxelized deer. So this is our voxelized deer. We're going to export him back out. Deer skin's fine. Move it back into Rhino. Import the new deer. Delete the old one. Now we're going to go ahead and check him. Probably is just fine. Okay, so we have some manifolds. We have some problems with the model. Alright, so we're going to move him over. We're going to export him out now as an STL. Actually, before we do that, the first thing I would like to say is that you need to figure out the size of your 3D printer. I'm going to use the dimensions of a DaVinci, which is 8 inches by 8 inches. By 8 inches. By 8 inches, and then it is 8 inches tall. So that's basically the size of our 3D print space, and we're going to scale him up. In the beginning, guys, I don't want you guys to do very large models, so let's just say we're going to scale him by his dimension to say about that big, so he'll sit pretty much in the middle of the 3D print. We're going to move him up to the 0 plane. Alright, we can move him in the middle. Midpoint. There we go. So now he's ready to be exported. We're going to go ahead. It looks like he needs to be in the middle over here a little more. Okay. Now we're going to export him out of here as an STL. Just call it deer print. Okay. Now we're going to bring him into NetFab, add part, NetFab's a free program online you can buy. As you see him, he's inside. Now we're going to go ahead and up here we're going to go to the medicine, right, repair, and it's going to come up here on the right, and we're just going to hit automatically repair. Default's just fine. And see, it looks like it repaired a couple of things. Apply repair. Remove old part. Okay, so now this is the repaired piece. Now what we're going to do in this case is we're also going to slice him a little bit. You see this thing over here cuts. So now if you look correctly, you can see where it is. And you're going to want the middle of the model. I think we're going to slice it in half right here, so we have two sides. Kind of want to think about where you want to slice it. execute cut on the Z plane right there, and then now you're going to apply the cut. And now as you see up here in your parts, you now have 2 slices of a deer. Now you're going to need to rerun the repair on this guy too. Auto repair, execute. Alright, that one's good now. Move all part. Same thing on the other one. Auto repair, execute, apply repair, remove all part. Now we're going to export those parts out. Part, export part as STLs. And it's gonna go ahead and optimize, export, and do it to the other one too. Optimize, export. Now we're gonna open up Mesh Mixer. We're gonna import part 1. The cut 1. There it is. Now we're going to import the other part, amend part 2. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to print. So now see, I have my print set up. You can set up your printer in here under preferences. Under printers, you can pick your printer that you're using or add a new printer with the default of the system. But we're going to hit print, and see now it's fixed it in the middle a little bit. On the first one, we're going to see they're both repaired, it seems. Both models seem repaired. We're going to transform. We're going to move to platform and hit done. And do this to the other one. Move to platform. Now they need to be moved apart a little bit. You can do this by the toggle here a little bit. Alright. And then we can move them over a little bit. You're going to always want to stay within a certain distance away from each other. Alright, there we go, done. They're both separated on the platform. Now what we're going to do is add supports. And it's going to add, you're just going to have to sit here and let it wait. Give it a second. What this does is it does fairly good supports that are stronger than the supports you'll get from any other software. They're absolutely a lot better. In certain cases, if you print this with a raft, you don't need the other support parts. You can just use these alone. And see, we have here the supports that came in, and that should be good for that one. Now we're going to do that same thing to the other part. Add supports. There we go. Alright, as you see now, both of the parts are ready to go. We're going to go export. Export. Say deer print A. And now we're going to export the other part. So I got both of them already, so we're good to go. We can go ahead and close down the stuff. We don't need to save because we've already done the part. and then we're going to bring it back into Rhino. Move this over just to double check if everything came correctly. And you look at part A. Of course, it's going to be in millimeters. And then we're going to import part B. As you see, the meshes came in with the new supports, and they fit fine the base. And that is how you prepare a print. And that should be printable on any printer. And you can upload that directly to 3D Hubs, and you're ready to go.